Hi, I'm AINTV.com's Curt Epstein. I'm joined here today by Eclipse Aviation's new CEO, Roel Pieper. Mr. Pieper, welcome.
Good morning.
Now, you have a track record of taking companies, restructuring them, and returning them to profitability. What are your plans for Eclipse?
Do it again. No, I mean, serious. We have a very good opportunity with Eclipse because the product is a very, very good product. We have a fantastically strong order book. So our task is to take the company, as we've said before, to take the company from, let's say, the previous more research and development style to a more manufacturing, profitability, quality control style. And so we've made a lot of changes in the past 2 months. It's hard work, but it's not rocket science. So we'll do that.
Now, you mentioned the order book. With the seeming demise last week of Dayjet, that more than halves your order book. What is the effect on the company with that?
Well, as you probably know, Dayjet has been in trouble for more than 9 months. So as you can imagine, we don't like that, of course. We would rather have them healthy than not healthy. But obviously, in our financial planning, the Dayjet orders have been long taken out. And so the entire order book is very strong without Dayjet. We've been adding orders from the rest of the world. You might have seen that we added another strong order from Turkey of 180 aircraft. And so the order book is at least 3 years of production. We would like Dayjet to come back, obviously. Why wouldn't we? So we're pretty hopeful that they will find a way to restart. And there are other air taxi examples in the world, like the Turkish order, that show that the air taxi opportunity is real. But we have been prepared for the Dayjet situation for many, many months because they've had difficulties getting financing, I think, for over 8 months.
Now, since Eclipse's founding, its business plan has been based on economies of scale, producing more than 500 aircraft a year. You've recently downsized the production rates. How is that going to affect your quest for profitability?
Well, we have not changed the fundamental strategy at all. Our strategy is to produce well over 500 aircraft per year. What we're doing right now is we're doing something that should have been done a long time ago, which is re-engineer the production line. The aircraft now, for the first time, is finished, is stable. All the components are done. The software is done. The hardware is done. We've built, a high amount of aircraft this year. We've shown that we can build 1 aircraft per day. So again, what we need to do is not rocket science. We just have to show that we know how to build aircraft in a profitable way, and that's what we're doing.
Now, it says part of the deal to build a production plant in Russia, that factory would assemble aircraft based on parts built in Albuquerque and shipped over. How long would that arrangement continue?
Well, the agreement has been that since the demand is so big, I mean, we have so many years, as I said, so many years of production, that we clearly needed another facility, and somewhere in the world. And then in a modern supplier network, the engines come from Canada, the wings come from Japan. And so the coordination of where these components go is, of course, important, but it's not super important. What we need to do is make sure that there is a very strong, supplier control and supplier quality control network to ensure that the right parts show up at the right place. And Albuquerque and Russia will be 2 identical, absolutely complete identical facilities building exactly the same aircraft.
So the Russian plant would service Russia and Europe, where the U.S. plant, all of Europe, where the U.S. plant would continue to serve the rest of the world. So there'd be no thought of eventually switching all production to the Russian plant?
No, in fact, we believe that we should have demand for another factory when the Eclipse 400 is decided upon. So the Eclipse 500 in itself warrants 2 factories alone. And so we have already stated and confirmed that if the Eclipse 400 is agreed upon, if we move forward with the Eclipse 400, it will be built in Albuquerque.
Now, what effect would you say that the recent congressional hearings and the closer FAA scrutiny on the EA500 would have on EASA certification? Industry buzz says that the European agency may not be so keen to take the same data that the U.S. used.
Well, the hearings have been, in an odd way, have been extremely helpful. Because the hearing's outcome was that as the chairman of the committee himself said at the end of the meeting, he should have said it at the beginning, but he said it at the end, that the whole hearing was not about Eclipse. And we, in this whole process, we've gotten another certification from the FAA, which no other aircraft has had. And you should realize that the Eclipse 500 has the best safety record of any new aircraft ever introduced to the American airspace. So, this FAA hearing is a very strange combination of positives and negatives. But what is important for us is the hearing committee itself have said it's not about Eclipse. Okay, great. They could have said that a little bit earlier. We have an official press release by the FAA that the aircraft is safe. And I don't want to jump the gun, but I can say that the EASA discussions, since we've taken over in Albuquerque with new management, the EASA discussions have been extremely positive. So we expect that both the FAA situation and the EASA situation will be positively resolved very shortly.
Very good. Well, I thank you very much for your time.
Right. Thank you.
Good luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
For AINTV.com, I'm Curt Epstein.